As a kid, I was often told to let my wounds get fresh air to speed the healing process, but when you go to the hospital with a fresh injury, one of the first things a nurse does is clean the wound and cover it up. If leaving a wound exposed to the air promotes healing, why do doctors recommend covering a wound with bandages and sterilized dressing? Welcome to Healthy Habits, your go-to channel for all things wellness and lifestyle. Whether you're a long-time subscriber or stumbling upon healthy habits for the first time, I invite you to join me on this journey. Watch the entire video, and let's embark on a path towards a healthier, happier, and more vibrant you. While it's a common belief to let wounds breathe for faster healing, medical professionals typically clean and cover fresh injuries. This practice is rooted in sound medical principles. In most cases, it's not advisable to leave wounds exposed to the air in the hope of expediting the healing process. The body has distinct processes for dealing with various types of injuries. One of the primary responses to a wound is the formation of a scab, which begins as soon as you get injured and start bleeding. Platelets, specialized blood cells, quickly respond to a breach in a blood vessel by clustering at the injury site, creating a clot. This clot, or scab, serves as a natural biological bandage, shielding the wound and preventing further bleeding. However, beyond the initial clot formation, allowing a wound to remain uncovered isn't ideal. The dry and hard scab consists of dead cells and can impede the healing process. Healthy skin cells need to migrate beneath these dead cells to generate new tissue. So, the notion of letting wounds air out for better healing is not supported by medical science. Properly cleaning and covering wounds with bandages and sterilized dressings is the preferred approach in most cases to protect against complications and expedite the healing process. The clot that forms in response to an injury acts as a natural protective covering over the wound, preventing further bleeding. If the injured area is left exposed, this clot will eventually dry and harden, resulting in what is commonly known as a scab. Many people associate scab formation with the healing process. While the initial formation of a scab is indeed a part of the healing process, scabs are not ideal for the overall healing process. The dry, hard scab is essentially a byproduct of the clot drying out. In reality, scabs hinder the healing process by creating a barrier of dry, dead cells. To regenerate new tissue, healthy skin cells must navigate their way beneath these dead cells. One possible origin of the myth advocating the let the wound air out practice might be the belief that keeping the wound dry is essential for cleanliness. This assumption is based on the idea that a moist environment can become a breeding ground for bacteria. When a wound is initially cleansed with water and a mild disinfectant, the risk of infection is significantly reduced. The body's immune response, as well as its processes of clotting and inflammation, are effective at combating harmful microorganisms. Keeping a fresh wound covered has the benefit of preventing skin cells from drying out and forming a scab, which, in turn, lowers the chances of scarring. In 1962, researcher George Winters conducted a study comparing wound healing in both dry and moist environments, and he discovered that the latter was considerably more effective. Subsequent research has confirmed that a moist environment promotes the accelerated development of new blood vessels in the injured area while aiding in the breakdown and removal of old and damaged tissues, thereby creating space for the growth of new cells. Using bandages or dressings to cover a wound plays a significant role in reducing the risk of infection because it acts as a barrier, preventing germs, dirt, and unclean water from making direct contact with the injured area. Moreover, when a wound remains exposed, it provides no safeguard against potential aggravation or worsening of the injury. Uncovered wounds are vulnerable to scab disruption, either through scratching, picking, or accidental tearing, and there's also a risk of re-injury. In summary, it is highly advisable to cover your wounds as it serves to protect your body and expedite the healing process. Before we conclude today's video, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you for joining us on this journey towards better health and wellness. Your support means the world to us, and we're thrilled to have you as a part of our Healthy Habits community. If you found this video valuable, please consider giving it a thumbs up and sharing it with friends and family who might benefit from it. And hey, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on our latest content. If you value the knowledge and insights we provide and would like to support our channel in a meaningful way, please consider making a donation. Your contribution, no matter how big or small, helps us continue our work, improve our content, and reach even more people. It's your support that keeps the wheels turning and motivates us to keep creating content that matters.